A stopper knot is a way of thickening up the end of a piece of rope after we pass it through a fair lead or a cleat or a block so that it doesn't accidentally pull through, which can be embarrassing or it can be dangerous depending on the situation that we're in. The one that we normally use in sailing is this one, the figure of 8, and the place that we're most likely to use it would be at the end of a sheet, either the main sheet or the jib sheet, so that if you do accidentally drop it and the end flies away from you, it gets stopped at the block rather than going all the way through and you having to rethread it while you're on the water. Okay, looking at things a bit closer and in a bit more detail. On the left hand side I've got the two most common stopper knots. The one at the top left is the one that people are most likely to tie if they're just asked to tie a knot in the end of a rope. It's called the thumb knot or the overhand knot, and it's quick and easy. It's so quick and easy in fact that ropes left lying around by themselves seem to form these overhand knots quite naturally. It does have one big disadvantage though. If it is pulled up tight, it can be very difficult to untie, which becomes relevant at the end of the sailing day when we're putting the boat away. The one that we prefer and the one we're going to teach is the figure of 8 knot. This is slightly larger than the overhand knot, and it does have the advantage that it is quite easy to untie at the end of the day. So let's make a start by taking the yellow rope, forming a bight in the end of it, passing the working end over the standing part. Then we pass the working end under the standing part to form effectively a second loop, and finally pass it through the loop that we started with. This gives us our characteristic figure 8 shape. This can be pulled up tight, and there we are. At the end of the day it is quite an easy knot to untie, because all that you need to do is fold over the standing part, then that loop will come across and then everything unties quite neatly. So here it is again. Our figure 8 knot.